Welcome D20 players. Let's take a look at Vecna Chapter 2, DM Tips. I ran this one over the last couple of weeks and I want to share just some of the things I learned and maybe some tips that'll help it be great for when you get to run it. There will be spoilers abounding here, so if you're a player, please play the adventure first. Come back afterwards, in fact, the whole adventure, because there's spoilers all the way to the end in this chapter. And let us know how it went. Love to hear how it went for you at your table. If you're a DM and you're sticking around, let's take a look. So let me zoom out all the way. This is a pretty cool map. You'll see right away, got a little extension here at the bottom right. We'll talk about that, really kind of expand this part of the adventure. And the nice thing about this whole adventure series, it's written by Amanda Hammond as the lead developer for it. It really kind of takes a past world or a past adventure series and digs into it for like a chapter. Unfortunately, it can kind of really only dip its toes into each one. And as a DM, if there's any that are special to you that you want to expand, you can always expand it, kind of have throwbacks to how it went when you did that campaign for your players. Be even funner, more fun if the players that you have played in those campaigns. So for this one, I would say it's being mostly inspired by Out of the Abyss. Now, I never ran that one. It's one of the few ones I've never run yet. So other kind of inspiration I take for this one would be Descent into the Depths of the Earth, Vault of the Drow, Queen of the Demon Web Pits, and so I really kind of beefed it up a little bit. I also twisted the plot around a little. So let's take a look first at the plot as written. As written, the adventure begins quite some time after Neverdeath Graveyard in Chapter 1. And the players could have been doing whatever they want during their downtime. And then, boom, they're shunted into Alustriel's sanctum. It seems Alustriel and Tasha and Mordenkainen were performing a wish spell to try and thwart Vecna, and that spell had transported the player characters, to the sanctum. The sanctum here is from Heroic Maps. Beautiful, beautiful map here, the Tasha Sanctum. Furthermore, if we go to the back here, they have when the attack happens on the sanctum. So that's, and then the party will learn about Vecna, learn about the Rod of Seven Parts, and then be teleported to Web's Edge to find the first piece of the Rod of Seven Parts. So I twisted this around. I want to put the impetus in the player's hands. What do they want to do? How are they going about doing it? Let them really take charge and drive the action. So the revised plot. Time has passed since Neverdeath Graveyard. The party's researched. They've looked into what was this cult doing there in Neverdeath Graveyard. They want to find out why were they looking for secrets. What secrets were they looking for? I was able to drop that another secret that they had found out was of some ancient artifact, and that will tie into the Rod of Seven Parts. Furthermore, there were some cultists left alive at the end of the last adventure. So where did those cultists go? The party kind of tracked them down to who they were, where they went, and from Neverwinter, where the adventure starts, the cultists headed east toward the Evermoors, toward the edge of the Evermoors. This map here is by Mike Schley. I'll put links in the description below. And descended down into the Underdark, near Blinding Stone, here in this other map by Schley. This map comes from Out of the Abyss, actually. Then the party discovered, and this was actually only one member of the party doing the tracking, that there had been an altercation, and only one of those cultists, or someone else, had left that altercation walking. Everyone else was dead there. And the one cultist missing was the cultist that was leading the whole thing below in Neverdeath Graveyard. That being the cultist Gertrude Galgin. So Gertrude Galgin had lived before, had been seen traveling east, and was not among the dead. So then, this lone ranger infiltrates Web's Edge just after sending a message back to his party to come immediately. So the party's coming immediately to come find out what's going on. And they start into Web's Edge, this map here by Heroic Maps, link in the description below. Beautiful map. Party comes in here, and I really beefed this one up. So the ranger is taking part in a secret meeting, and we'll get to that in a minute. And this just was fortuitous when we played it, because the player for the ranger wasn't on hand, and so I kind of was going to have him come in with the party or behind the party at some point, or been hiding somewhere in here. Turns out the party was just starting an altercation that involved this meeting right when the ranger was there. I'll describe how I did that. Worked out perfectly. You might even do it on purpose when you run it. Okay, so area 1 here. Let's talk a little bit about the secret. Well, now let's just go over the areas here. So we have in the adventure, the characters are level 11, and using Slide Flourishes guide and other cool guides that we have nowadays, level 11, we should be total challenge rating for 5 characters of about 31-ish to be deadly. So that's the threshold I'm looking at. The adventure is a cakewalk the way it's written. You're going to definitely have to beef it up if you want to be anything more than just a little storytelling hiccup. So Area 1, I didn't change anything. That's just ruins, makes the place look like it's abandoned. But Area 2, around the corner there, I really beefed up these 2 antagonists. I figured the party would either trick them, or these 2 would leave if fights happen somewhere else, and maybe not reinforce, or maybe they would reinforce depending on how things were going. Torkner into an Archmage, Macubli into a Champion. So much more powerful. Total CR is 21 here for those 2. That gets them way up on the challenge scale. Then in Area 3 here, Rotten, this Neblin who's summoning a demon, I made the summoning automatic. The Glabrazu is going to appear. Grattan's already done enough magic to make him appear, but now Grattan's going to either concentrate on keeping him in the circle, or the party can take over the concentration to keep him in the circle. That didn't happen when I ran it. Everything just kind of blew up. Everyone attacked everything. The Glabrazu comes out of the circle. The other thing I do here is have the Glabrazu kind of in a throwback to the old demons of First Edition D&D. When he drops below 0 hit points, as a reaction, summons a Vrock. So we get a Vrock, Glabrazu, and Grattan, and all those together is a total CR 21. So pretty good, pretty tough fight. Now, any fight here is going to alert this meeting that's going on. I changed this around quite a bit. I replaced the denizens here with a Drow Matron Mother. Yeah, Drow Matron Mother, CR 20. Not supposed to be fought by the characters, or they better find another way to defeat her than just a straight up fight. 2 Drow Elite Warriors, 2 Drow Mages, and the Aaron Yes. So the idea here is, spoilers, if you're watching, again, don't watch until you've done the whole campaign. So this Aaron Yes is actually Cass. Cass was masquerading as Jarrett and took all the cultists with him as far as finding where this location was, then killed all the cultists, changed his form to that of an Aaron Yes, came in here to discover where is this Rod of 7 Parts. The Drow Matron Mother is here for another reason, because the Drow have captured someone direly important, which we'll get to in a second. But she's summoned to negotiate with the Aaron Yes. They're talking about swapping the Rod of 7 Parts piece. The Drow are refusing. The Aaron Yeses get frustrated. This is where the other player comes in, the player that was the ranger. I had them in this room in disguise as a Drow. Now, when the fight takes place in the summoning chamber, the Drow are kind of alerted, come to investigate, and that player had his character slip away and join his friends in the fight against the demons. The Drow come to help. The party throws a wall up in front of them. The Drow retreat back to the spider lair, and if the party fights these guys, they come into the chamber. They find out that what was going on. The Aaron Yes just disappears. Cass decides to just observe, stay out of the way right now and see what's happening. The party then finds the secret door here, goes into this chamber. So in this chamber here, 12, I supplemented the encounter with 1 more Yaklal demon. That brings the total CR to 31, which is right at the deadly threshold, if that's all they were fighting. But they were also fighting a Drow Matron Mother with a CR 20. A well-placed wall of force isolates her, and then the party's able to defeat the demon and the dragon, get the piece of the Rod of 7 Parts. She plane shifts away, and now the party is able to explore some more. And that's kind of where we ended it in the first session. So pacing for 4 hours, you probably got 2 sessions. The first session, the party's going to do their surprise development, and if you're doing as written, all the interactions in the sanctum, they might start exploring Web's Edge. In the second session, finish exploring Web's Edge, and then we'll see the nest of the giant spider I threw in, and the next steps. Okay, so from there, in this room here, I took the lizards out of that room, and I just replaced with hunks of meat on racks here. No giant lizards. Then we come to the guard and the jail cell. So, still a regular Type 4 demon here. They call it Nalfeshni. And when that Type 4 demon drops to half hit points, I'll have him summon a Hezru. Inside the cells here, we got Gertrude, and we got us a Grimlock here. So our Gertrude is one of our secrets for this chapter. There's 2 secrets. Let's talk about those. We got Gertrude's secret, which is that she is the lone survivor of an ambushed caravan, and her friend knew about an imminent attack, but Lolth's cultists, but said nothing. Change that around. She is part of the retinue of Alustriel. She was tricked by Drow. The Drow entered the camp, captured Alustriel, captured her friend in the next cell who's dead now. And she is way down with guilt that she was tricked this way. And wants to save Alustriel, and that's her secret. The other secret about Mordenkainen, it's really the same secret, except Mordenkainen's not working through the wizard Alustriel yet. Mordenkainen's working on his own still, observing things, tracked down the first piece of the Rod of Seven Parts. Now he's going to start observing the party. He might come into masquerade as Mordenkainen in a little bit later. Not yet, though, the way I have it. So the same rough secret for Cass. So those are the two secrets of this adventure. Now, when the party explores the added part. So here's where I took the second map by Heroic Maps, Nest of the Great Spider. Threw it in here, did some Photoshop magic to combine the two maps. And this is a really cool section. So it's like this ancient edifice that the Drow came across here. And they've repurposed it. Maybe it had a gate at one time, and they've repurposed the gate in order to be able to summon Lolth to this location. You can put spider swarms all around. Wherever there's webs, spider swarms can come out. I put another spider dragon in here, saying there's a lair for one here and a lair for the other one there. Then, after that battle where they cross the chasm and fight the spider dragon, they should probably, hopefully, have Gertrude in tow by this point, and Gertrude's helping them advance and trying to save Alustriel. Then, next thing you have is they can come up these stairs, and in the next chamber, and they got some guards, some drow black guards, some giant spiders that they can ride as mounts. The drow can ride as mounts, more spider swarms. And then they, from these doors here, can hear a ritual happening. And now it's kind of gathering in momentum. So they fight these drow. They get past them. They rush up these stairs and into the chamber, which is the chamber of the gate. And here they see, they don't know yet, but they see, unless Gertrude's told them, Alustriel wrapped up in spider webs. I spelled Alustriel wrong. I'll have to fix that. All these tokens that are unique to this venture, I'll put links in the description below so you can grab them as well. So Alustriel's wrapped up. It's going to take multiple actions for the party to free her. This Jolera I turned into a drow arachnomancer. And Jolera is summoning Lolth. This picture's from the adventure in the section about Lolth. She's coming through the webs into the chamber. The party's got to free Alustriel before she gets there, and Alustriel can teleport the party out once she's freed and has her staff in her hand, and they go to the sanctum. This was high-octane, fun, epic encounter. I think the party had a lot of fun. And then the party's got the Rod of Seven Parts. They got Alustriel freed, and they can come to the sanctum. And when they get to the sanctum, I only have Alustriel there. No Tasha yet, no Mordenkainen. I don't know if I'll ever bring Tasha in, but I think I might bring Mordenkainen in, Cass masquerading as Mordenkainen, because Alustriel and the party will eventually discover that Vecna got his beginnings in Orth, and who better to consult than Mordenkainen. And that is where we wrapped up the adventure. You have also all this research the party can do now. They're driving their own story. So after this adventure, they'll find out the next piece of the Rod of Seven Parts is in space. They can research spell jamming. They can buy a ship. You know, they have a lot of gold. They can go buy a spell jamming ship. Tasha can help them find a ship. She can help them find a spell jamming helm. They can trade a rare magic item that they have for a spell jamming helm, or that can be her reward for saving her. And now Tasha's investigating for the party, but not just, saying, oh, go do this for me, go do that for me, go do that for me. The party's in the driver's seat. I think that will be a lot more fun for your players, and it's definitely a lot more fun for me, because I can see where the players want to do next and where they want to go next. I assume they'll go after the pieces of the Rod of Seven Parts, but we'll see. That's the end of Chapter 2. What else do we have? You got Umberto's stories that Umberto can keep sharing with background for Vecna, and I'll put a link below where you can find that in D&D Beyond. We have the maps, I'll put those below. The music that I used for this adventure. Okay, so let's take a look at that real quick. Antiquarian Study, and I'm still looking for something a little bit better for Alustriel Sanctum. Haunted Ramparts, as the party is coming into this first haunted chamber where there's no spiders yet. Spider's Den as they get deeper in. Spire, the hatchery, when they get really into the spider stuff. And Ancient Artifact, when they have the Rod of Seven Parts in their hand there. And yeah, that was the music that I used. Tokens, again, will be linked below. Knowledge that the party might have. Coming into this place, if you want to kind of hold their hand a little bit on infiltrating, they might know a little bit about the kind of greetings that followers of Lolth would use. And there's a knowledge check for that, which I'll have now. That was the adventure. It was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the future ones. I'm looking forward to bringing in some of the stuff that we experienced over the, 20 plus years we've been playing these campaigns that are referenced in this. Well, it's more like 30 years or 40 even. Wow. Okay. Thanks for watching. I will see you all next time.